Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. So here's the thing, y'all. Really rare moment. You are wearing a million hats. We are in Cancun at the Healing Center Forum.
Yes.
And I have like minutes with you. And I know that you love to do this. So I'm going to cut straight to the chase.
Okay.
Brandie, you're such a great human. I want to acknowledge you for the leader that you are. And what you just shared, you know, we were walking into the episode and you had shared that hugging heart to heart is the way that it's supposed to be, right? So in COVID, because I am a big hugger, and in COVID, it all of a sudden was not okay. So then that's when I adopted, if you give me your hand hug.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see. Okay.
yeah.
I like
So like
it.
I see you, right?
Yeah.
So,
And still touch.
yes, absolutely. Okay, so icebreaker question.
Okay.
You are traveling and you're connecting and you land in an airport and all of a sudden, what was not a layover is now a 2-hour layover. What are you doing with your time?
What am I actually doing or what would I like to say I'm doing?
Let's go both.
Okay,
I
both?
like this.
Okay. Well, the first thing I'm doing is checking my American Airlines app and trying to get on the next flight in case my flight is further delayed or it's canceled. So I am being proactive and making sure that I have a backup plan because one delay usually means 2 delays.
Wow. You're unlocking things in my mind. I'm not going to the app.
No,
I mean, like, it's
but you're like, hey, it is what it is. The universe has my back. And
my first thought is, what is the closest Delta Lounge?
no.
Yes.
Okay. I want to get home.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, in the moment of it, it's like, this is what's happening, and I'm at the mercy of.
Yep.
So get me a glass of champagne.
Makes
sense. Okay. So I think you said that's what you would.
That's what I'm actually doing.
Okay.
I would like to say that I'm doing what you just said, which is like being at peace with it. My second thing, so after I go into proactive mode, is probably like, okay, what is the universe or whatever you may believe in, God, saving me from? There's a reason I'm here. Maybe it's protecting me, and I'm trusting the process that I am where I'm supposed to be. And then, truth be told, I'm getting a snack.
Okay.
Because I like to eat.
What's your go-to snack?
Oh, usually like anything with chocolate.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So you're going to like straight indulgent, which, okay.
Yeah.
You jump to sweets.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, you are, what would be a complimenting word?
Just in shape.
Fit.
In shape.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
healthy.
So tell me, so like all the fitness and that side of it is so that you can indulge.
Yes, absolutely.
I literally I have to work out just to be able to eat pizza.
Same.
Like cookie is like not going to happen. I don't feel.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I build it in because I'm like I eat an ice cream cone every single day, usually 2, maybe 3, being serious. But I know that they bring me joy. So I just plan my day around it. Like I eat a great breakfast every day. I eat a great lunch every day. And then I indulge in
it
my
makes
ice
so
cream
sense because like joy just exudes from you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What is the question that you wish more people asked you?
I think it actually comes back to the word joy.
And
so I think like there's this idea around happy and content and all these different types of joy.
Yeah.
But I think like when people pause for a second and really ask themselves like what brings them joy.
Yeah.
And then choose what brings them joy.
Yeah.
It's powerful. So I think asking me, it's like there's a lot of things that I may be known for, a lot, like you said, a lot of hats that I wear, a lot of ways that I show up in the world. But of those ways, which ones bring me joy?
Yeah.
Or where am I my most authentic self, my happiest self?
This is the serendipity of life, and this is why I love it. So we're sitting here having this conversation about this. The words you actually said on the other side of the cameras is Ren. And I had the pleasure of we've done a lot of media things throughout the years with an Antigen and a lot of, internships and Ren came in digitally trained graphic designer, but I got to teach her how to use the camera. And one of the questions when we're doing headshots, and it literally is like, y'all, this is it. This is all you have to do. If you want to get someone out of their mind, all you have to ask them, hey, what brings you joy?
They smile.
Literally, they light up. And where they go to with that, I just like harness that energy, right?
Yeah.
Harness that. The thing that you have to be ready for, though, is have the camera figured out before you ask the question, because there's this magical moment that like when you ask the question, and it's like a millisecond, right?
They capture.
And they have it, their eyes do something very specific.
Smile.
It's this, it's like, it's a state of like, maybe like wonderment,
Okay.
right? Like right away, I think to the things of like, I think of my family. I think of my pup.
I knew you were gonna. Yes.
Yeah, Lucille
Yes.
would come straight to mind after my mom, my sister. It's actually my sister's birthday today. Happy birthday, Melissa.
Oh.
So your thing that you wish that you were asked more is what brings you joy?
Yeah.
Okay. And how would you answer that right now?
The mountains.
Okay.
I'm a mountain girl. We're at the beach, Chris, but
Yeah.
I'm a mountain girl.
Yeah.
And I see the people and I can see the joy on their face to be by the water, or by the beach, by the ocean. But for me, it just makes me wanderlust for the mountains. So,
okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Family, of course.
Did you grow
always.
up in the mountains?
Yeah, I'm from Montana.
Oh, my Lord.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will tell you this, I'm always thankful whenever we get to travel. The space that combines it perfectly is Nuevo Vallarta.
Oh,
so it's like
it.
Mountains going into ocean.
Yes.
You get all of the things.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Clouds coming
and
over
culture.
them. And yep.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Food.
Brilliant. Oh, I love this. Okay.
Yeah.
So next one I'm going to go to. So in the space of all of the hats that you wear, your mom.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
a bonus mom.
Bonus mom.
Stepmom, yeah.
Tell me how in that space, how has that had you look at leadership differently?
That's a good question.
Every podcast today, it's the same thing that I strive for when I was behind the chair doing consultations.
Okay.
I wanted to go until someone said either that's a really good question or I've never been asked that before. That's
Perfect.
all. It was always the goal.
I think you just nailed both of those. So
here we are.
I haven't been asked that, and it is a great question. But it is interesting because I'm sitting here thinking, and they are almost one and the same. I look at my role as a mom, but also as a leader, as like being the biggest cheerleader or being a coach. And I feel like that's how I can show up. And I always talk about my leadership style being heart-centered, results-oriented. And so I think that I am the same way as a mom, but also as a leader. And so I try to lead with the heart first and ask curious questions and try to understand where people are coming from. And then obviously my role is to deliver results. So I still have to do that. And I think as a mom, it's the same thing. I mean, at the end of the day, we want our kids to know that they are loved.
Yeah.
And I know that both my daughters, without a doubt, know that they are loved and adored and wanted. And the second thing is to make sure that they can succeed and live a fulfilling life, whatever that may be for them.
Yep.
I think that's such a interesting piece. And I bring that back to leadership because it does come from those curious questions and understanding. So I try to look at my team and our salon partners and everybody to find a win-win-win. Like what's going to work for them? How can they feel fulfilled? How can it be a win for them and a win for us? And same thing with my kids. It's like I just want them to have this joyful life we've talked about and to be able to survive and take care of themselves. So tools to be able to succeed and feel content and loved.
Brilliant.
That was a long answer.
But the thing I think to distill from it, what I was really, really impacted by was not only just like win-win is enough, but win-win-win.
Yes.
It's just the intentionality of one more, right?
Yeah.
There's a powerful statement of just the two words, or maybe you could call it maybe three, and then what?
Okay,
right?
I've heard that, yeah.
So with that idea, like, hey, win-win, and then what?
Mm-hmm.
What would make it a little bit better, right? All right, hey, shameless plug. We want to continue to serve. Check out the App Store. Type in The Refined Network. It's available both on Apple and Android. Here's the thing. It's a way that we can continue to serve you. All of our podcasts, all of our digital resources, and our community is there. Here's the thing. We believe that we're better together. Back to the episode. Next one we go to. So this is a big, like when y'all do these things, this is a big undertaking.
I'm like, investment?
Yeah, that as well, right?
Yep.
Right?
No, I'm kidding.
So in that, for you, what makes this, if you're like, this was successful, what does that look like?
I want the people who are attending the event to feel like they are valued and they are appreciated and that they have a choice in brand partner and they choose us. I mean, they have a choice. Yeah. And every time they choose us, every day, they're making a choice to choose us. And so I want them to feel like we're choosing them also. Yeah. And that this is for them and to feel the gratitude from the brand, to know that like you choose us, but we choose you too.
It's so powerful. And we say it often, like, you don't know what you're missing if you don't have great support.
Yeah. You
right?
don't know what you don't know.
And when you have access to people that want you to win, I think that's the most wild thing. I was doing a reading and meditation this morning and just thinking to myself, like, we tiptoed with L'ANZA,
Okay.
and
Yeah, I
then we
remember.
really jumped in the pool, right? Jess has a very, very active role with y'all.
Yeah.
And, on my side of it with Evan and Aaron and Tony, y'all have brought us in truly like family. And, the thing I think is so interesting is I'm sitting here and really being in the awareness of it. We had been partnered with a company for a decade before L'ANZA.
Yes.
And what y'all have done in that short amount of time, y'all have done things that I don't think in the entirety of that decade that they even thought about or even took into consideration. So, I think that it's a powerful thing to sit here and be the result
That's cool.
of y'all literally like executing on what is the vision.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
What does BIG stand for?
Well, BIG is believe, inspire, grow. But first thing I want to say is you're not alone. I think that what you just shared in your story is the story that we hear over and over again.
Yeah.
But it's almost like a relationship. You choose this brand and you were with them for 10 years. That's what you knew was a part of your life. Like it was your culture. And so to even choose another brand seems like such a risk to take. So thank you for making that risk and that choice. But back to BIG, it's believe, inspire, grow. And what I loved about BIG is that we're a smaller company than people realize.
Right.
Very small. And we didn't have some big marketing firm that created this phrase for us of BIG. It came from our employees. It came from our salons. It came from our educators. And we basically went around and we just said, okay, if you were to identify your core values and you were to put those down and list them out in one word, what would they be? And so we got all of these different words. And then we went around and we circled the words that came up the most.
So cool.
And believe and inspire and grow had come through as core values from our stylists, from our employees, from our salon partners, our educators. And then we kind of took these words and put them into circles with similar meanings. And then we came up with believe, inspire, grow. And of course the acronym was BIG. So it's so neat. It's really neat.
The part that, and I think I've acknowledged you on this before when first coming into it, right? You said it, you're an international brand, but you're incredibly efficient and effective. And one of the things that as we were getting to know L'ANZA, I was like, I've never met a human that I look at their position and I'm like, that's BS.
Oh.
They are there because they're they've been with it long enough and they maybe don't provide a ton of value, but they're there, right? I always in past companies that we had worked with, you'd always see those individuals, and naturally, those are the people that end up gatekeeping, your organization or your success. And that's one of the things that it's really intentional. All y'all are on the mission. And the other thing is, even from the unique lens that we get, y'all are always refining.
Oh,
you
absolutely.
are always refining.
Yep. Right people, right place, right position, right direction.
Yeah. So when you think of that, how do you stay in that? Because if you're constantly doing it, when do you stop to check vision? Right?
Yeah.
Just going in the motion of hey, we're always changing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you stay in a space of effectively refining?
Okay. So I would say two things. One, they always talk about the people you surround yourself with. And when you're surrounded by people like the L'ANZA people, who are heart-centered and results-oriented and are in it to be a part of something bigger. It's not about any individual. It's about all of us as a larger collective moving forward. And so I think when you're surrounded by that, it just becomes the reality and the expectation. And so, we all sometimes are the person who's leading it and sometimes we're the follower. And there's this level of accountability that comes with it. And then I think that that's within the L'ANZA, but it's also its preferred partners like you.
Yeah.
You, Evan, Aaron, Tony, the Refined Network. It's just today and yesterday and through our conversations, I'm checking myself. I got off the airplane and you showed up with servant leadership and you tied my shoe. You bent down, you were on the ground and you're tying my shoe. And I'm recognizing this moment that these are servant leaders and he is serving me in this moment. And then, you know what? Not even 30 minutes later, I saw an opportunity that I maybe wouldn't have taken, but because you had taken it, I took it next. And so I think it comes back to who you surround yourself with.
Gosh.
And this, commitment to accountability and growing.
Brandie, you gave me such an opportunity in that moment. It was so much more than just tying your shoe, because I had been put into a position I'm often not in.
Yes.
And it was a chance for me just to say, hey, I don't have to be jaded by that, and I can still choose to care, right?
Yep.
And it, like, your shoe being untied, I was like, yes, thank you.
I
Yes,
can do this.
I will. I will.
Small but big moment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Continuous improvement.
Okay, so you said a word. I want to lean into this one. I don't know where the question goes because I don't know if I've ever asked it.
Here we go.
So you said the word accountability. What's the last thing that you chose to take accountability for? What's the last mistake you made?
Oh, well, I make mistakes all the time. If we're not making mistakes, then we're not learning and we're not growing. And I'm grateful to be in a position and surrounded by people who welcome mistakes. I definitely think that we have a culture of that being okay and being welcome. So I appreciate that because I know that's not the case everywhere.
Yep.
So for me, I think the last mistake I made was probably yesterday with one of my teammates, and they had come to me in a vulnerable position and probably emotions were a little bit high. And I went straight logic, which I tend, like, I'm heart and logic. So, but I separate them when I'm processing, and you've spent time with me, you know, I'm a quick processor.
Yep.
And so sometimes I just process and extrinsically. So I was like processing as I was speaking. And I don't think I showed up with the same level of empathy and compassion that had I taken a moment to pause, I would have led with empathy, compassion, and then would have been able to, bring them down to more of a midpoint and then have that logical conversation. But instead, I went straight logic right out of the gate and then had to try to circle back to get to that empathy and compassion. And while I don't know if they notice it or didn't notice it, I knew that I didn't show up as my best leadership in that moment. Okay. So if this airs, Jill Bell, I'm sorry.
Aw.
I know.
Hey, that was so big what you just did.
You can see my eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you care.
And my team means the world to me. I mean, I have the best people, so.
Yeah. Wow. I'm really inspired by what you just did there. I've never asked this question, and it's now one of my favorites.
Now we got a new one.
I make the joke, I like to make people cry because crying is okay.
I think so too. Yeah. I'm a big believer, especially for men, like males, especially too. I want to commend that because like women, they say it's okay for us, not in business though.
Yeah.
It's okay in business and it's also okay for males. Take off the mask of masculinity.
Yeah, cry.
Because
it's okay.
Vulnerability is strength.
Ugh. Well, hey, so, as we're walking up, the introverted self, you're like, I'm an introvert. Truly is like, yeah, but you have so many things to connect on and you have such a caring heart. So thank you. Thank you for that. If you're listening at home, I think that this accountability question, it really, really, I think could unlock some things.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I'm even thinking of like, hey, what's something that you maybe wish that I could have taken more accountability on recently, right? Like imagine that question playing out, right?
Yes.
What a beautiful and probably like healing conversation to have.
Absolutely.
Gosh,
that's good.
The goal every time that we do one of these episodes is that if you can take one thing from it and put it into action, and we surely have done that. I will be not only thinking about checking the app now when I have some of these things happen in the airport, but then I think also like, I had this conversation. I was like, one person had said, I was like, hey, if you got 2 hours that you didn't plan on, what would you do? And the first thing they said was call my mom.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
My mom is wishing that is the first thing that I would do.
See? In that moment though, like, and now I'm thinking like, it's not only going to be that, but I'm going to say, who do I think I have some accountability to take? And that's the phone call.
Them. Yeah, absolutely. That's
hey,
good.
I was thinking about you and my story is that I could have shown up better.
Yeah.
I wonder what that would have looked like and what I could take some accountability. I wonder if you're holding on to anything right now. Yeah.
That's real. I love that.
All right. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. I could keep on going with this,
I
but
know.
one
Here
of
we
us,
go.
I'm going to cry pretty quick here. And I would be okay to cry on camera. Probably done it before. Ren, have some fun with that. Hey, at the end of the day, thank you so much for being the servant leader that you are. Thank you for acknowledging it. You see what you do, I feel, right?
Oh,
And incredible human. And thank you for having us here. I appreciate it.
back at you.
Yeah.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you all for tuning in. Lean into accountability and vulnerability.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you.